Hello everyone. This is my first how-to, or how stuff works episode on MCAim. It's going to be a non-edited, so it might be kind of long. But I'm going to make this pretty simple. I'm going to be explaining how the star tag works in the new star rank, and what actually goes into it. And how does it work with the GUI system, and how does that work with slash disguise and whatnot. It's pretty complicated, but let's get right into it. So there's only 3 plugins used for it. To make that simple, I have my GUI creator plugin, which is the disguise, which is this GUI, and then the star tag GUI, which is right here. Then I have the permissions YML, which is just a permissions plugin, and then my name tag plugin, which covers the tab and above the head. Now I'm not going to go into depth on what permissions are or what that kind of stuff is, because that's not what this video is. Maybe if you really want that, I can do that. But anyways, each one of these is a tag with the prefix for the name tag and the tab with a permission base to it, which works well with permissions. And I've created 2 for each rank, one with the star and one without the star, so that way it has its own permission. Now the Boss Shop Pro plugin, which is what I use for GUI system, allows you to add permissions for certain things, or for the ability to look at something. That's how I used to do like the kit GUI or whatever, but I don't use that really anymore. Do I still use that? I don't know, maybe I do. Anyways, so as you can see on the default one, so let's go into everything that goes into this. So if you're a default ranked player and you open that, but you have the star group, essentially, if you have the star rank, it gives you the access to open the GUI. Once you have access to open the GUI, then you can see this as a default player. But if you're a default player, you won't see all of these. And that's because the permissions for these are negated on default right here. They're all negated, which is this little dash right here. The only one that isn't is the default one. Keep in mind this is working for all of the other ones as well, but I'm only going to explain one because it's the same on all of them, basically. Anyways, right here it says locked, because I don't let staff members use it, but I might? Actually, sorry, this is the disguise menu. This is what I'm explaining. So it'll say, this is the lore, click to activate your new tag, reward type command. But whenever they actually click on it, there's 3 things that are happening, right? So PEX, permissions X is the permissions file plugin I use. So it says PEX user player, which is the variable, add into e.member. So what I'm doing, because it knows their default, I'm negating the default, the regular default permission. That way, that's not in the way, because I have 2 of them. Remember, one with the star and one without the star. And then, so basically, it negates that, and then it adds the one with the star, again, right here, nt.member 1, which is added right here. And then it gives them a, so now they have the tab prefix and above the head prefix. And then right here, this is just a, so yeah, this is just a chat prefix, right? That's very easy. PEX user player prefix, and then it gives them the chat prefix. Then it says just a message that isn't necessary, but it only helps the players, so that's why I have it. You have applied the star tag, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This was the easy part. The complicated part was making it work with slash disguise. I'm not going to go into how slash disguise works exactly, but it is a custom GUI made by me, and what I mean by that is that the plugin I didn't make. But the GUI, each panel shoots different commands, and I set that up. And it was a complicated process. But to get right into it, each panel has 3 slots, right? This is the one that's saying staff can't use this, locked, and it has a permission, so whenever staff has that permission, they're going to see this. Technically, they have the permission to see this panel, but it just tells them that it's locked. And for them, technically, it is. And if you have new legend.gui, you see this panel. And so it's kind of interesting. If you are a legend player and you buy the star rank, then what's going to happen is you'll still be able to use slash disguise normally. But let's say you activate it as a legend player. So let's go to what I've done with legend. Say you activate it. Well, there's an extra command that shoots from earlier. Right here, it says PEX user player add new legend.gui. This is adding a personal permission. And whenever this is added, you can see right here, this panel requires that, right? So then this will show up to them if they have activated the tag. Now, as a Legend player, you'll never know the difference. You'll never know that happened, but it did. Because if you didn't do that, you would get this. But you got this instead. And so basically, if you disguise as like anything now, you're actually going to see all of these, which then gives you the star or whatever on all of them. This might have been, if you don't know anything about plugins, this little explanation of how this works may have made no sense to you. But if you're somewhat familiar with plugins, you might have been like, this might have made sense to you. Or if you're smarter than me, you might have said, what the fuck is this? I could have done this a lot easier. But I'm actually pretty proud of myself for figuring this out. But anyways, that's it. Hope you enjoyed.